Well, all aboard for a special weekend at Tweetsie Railroad. If you enjoy trains and the golden age of steam, you will not want to miss the annual Railroad Heritage Weekend. It is coming up Saturday and Sunday at the theme park in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Here with more now are DJ Romine and from the Locomotive Shop, and of course everyone's favorite law enforcement officer. We got Maverick here with us as well. It's good to have both of you here.
Thank you for having us.
And it's great to have you. I was saying I got my picture taken with you not too long ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice to be up there. Well, this is obviously a big weekend for the theme park. I feel like it kind of brings you back to the whole history of Tweetsie Railroad. Tell me a little bit about what we're expecting.
Well, what we're expecting is a chance to really see what goes into keeping those historic steam locomotives running. We have a train shop tour for the guests to see what really goes on behind the scenes with the locomotives and the train cars. We had a little change in plans. Our number 12 locomotives out of service. We found some issues during the routine inspection that need to be addressed to keep number 12 running for years to come. As a consolation for that, she'll be outside where folks can still take pictures with her and actually get up in the cab and see where we operate and fire the locomotive, as well as a vintage coach car that is actually older than that locomotive. It will also be there. We'll have a photo special where folks can get on the train, ride out, disembark, take pictures of us running the other locomotive, which is the 190. It will be running. Basically all the normal Tweetsie fun with the amusement rides and the shows, things like that, with a little bit extra. We also have a historical exhibit open with things from the past there for folks to see. So it's something that's a little bit special.
A lot special, really, to have that opportunity to get up close and personal and to see, because the work that goes into maintaining these trains, because the history behind them and the dates that they are.
Yes, ma'am.
What's it like on a daily basis trying to keep them? You know, everybody sees you just waving and it looks so easy, right?
Yeah. Well, there really is no typical day. You get on in the morning, get your fire going and grease and oil the locomotive and get it ready for the service of the day, but you never know. You always have stuff creeps up and you just have to kind of roll with the punches and take care of things as you go along.
It's got to be pretty cool. You've been there
It is a great job. I've been there a long time. I've always wanted to be a train engineer when I grew up, and I'm very fortunate to say that I'm one of the Tweetsie engineers. So,
living your dream.
Yes, ma'am.
And Maverick, I know Tweetsie's also very part of your heart and soul. You've been there many years as well. Correct. And obviously the train, that's what draws everybody in.
Exactly. You can't have, you know, we always talk about the cowboy show and the train show, and you can't have the train show without the locomotive itself going around. And, you know, we still have all of our regular offerings going on with the rides and the shows and things, but this weekend is really special for folks who are very into trains and locomotive history and things like that, to kind of get to see some of the stuff that you don't get to see normally and kind of focus on the locomotives and some of the history of that, in addition to get to see the shows and all that kind of stuff and ride around on the train throughout the mountain.
So yeah, Tweetsie Railroad still doing what it does every single day in the entertaining.
This is something extra, a little bonus, a little extra for everybody. Yeah.
Which one of the, I think my favorite parts is when you see the kids get on that train for the first time. I mean, they're sort of in awe to have that experience.
Right. Seeing a steam locomotive run is really not something that's in everyday life anymore. So especially these kids, a lot of times this will be the only one they ever see that's actually not in a museum, but is out in service doing what it's done for, in 12's case, 107 years.
And I think too, like the sounds that you get to hear, the whistle, and when it starts making that first roundabout, I mean, it's just nostalgic. And in the mountains, it kind of echoes.
It's always a very, I would say, magical event, especially first thing in the morning when the train pulls into town for the first time to greet the guests as it pulls into town with the whistle blowing and the train coming in. It's something that you don't always get to experience, and it's a pretty cool feeling as everyone's standing around watching the train. People are trying to get the best shot that they can get and trying to find the best place to get the best picture of the train coming in with the smoke coming out and all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty cool event.
It's beautiful, and it requires a lot of TLC, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There's always something to be done with the locomotives and the cars, and we try our best to stay on top of it.
Well, it is going to be a magical weekend, and DJ, it's so great that you're here with us and joining us on the show. And Maverick, always good to have you back.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to give everybody some information. It is going to be a big weekend ahead. Of course, it is all happening at Tweetsie Railroad in beautiful Blowing Rock, North Carolina. You can get your tickets, get more information. Of course, everything on their website. It is tweetsie.com.